It's been a week. It's my last entry. Yeah, but I don't know. Discoverability on there is so much better. And yeah, I mean, there's no such thing as evergreen content on Twitch either, which is a big one. I think okay, we're going to get started. I know I probably shouldn't hit the recording already. I think I told you guys, I told a lot of you, and some of you might not have been around back then, but I had a meeting with Twitch marketing. When was that? Maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, something like that. But I had a one-on-one with Twitch marketing, getting my opinion on, this is when channel points and things were in super early access. Not a lot of people had them. And I was lucky enough to be in very early on it. And so they were talking about my opinion on some things. And then at the end, I had a bunch of lists of things that I talked to some other creators that they wanted me to ask them while I was there. So when they asked if I had, there was actually 2 people. Another guy came in. So I was talking to this woman and this other guy about it. And they asked if I had any questions or any comments or any ideas, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, one thing that would be nice is if we could get the VOD thing and the video upload thing it better, to make that part of the site the content on demand rather than live. Like, why doesn't, and I think my question was something like, why don't VODs count for anything? And they literally laughed. They laughed. And I was like, I was taken aback by it because these are Twitch marketing people. And they were like, ha, no one really uses those. And I was like, no one uses VODs? People on my channel do. They talk about it all the time. And they were like, yeah, our focus isn't really on that side of the site. It's kind of just there. I'm like, all right, well, that tells me a lot. That tells me a lot that I need to know. So they don't really care about VODs or content on demand as far as that goes. Reruns.
Our community grows.
What else? Highlights, clips to an extent they do for sure, but highlights, and what was the other one that was kind of lumped in when we were talking about that? Uploads. Did you know that you can upload a video to Twitch like you can YouTube, and it will go on the channel? Did you know? I bet 99.9% of people don't know that you can upload content to Twitch like you can YouTube, because it's just impossible to find, and no one does. And if you ask Twitch about it, they laugh like, ha ha ha, no one uses that. But they sure do care about hot tubs and feet. That's right. All right, let's go. Jimmy James, thank you for the follow. Anyway, I was just completely, I don't know why I was, but I was shocked that they laughed at the concept that I would ask about it. It's like, so yeah, don't get any hopes up about any kind of discoverability through that kind of stuff on Twitch. All right, let's go hit this rift. And well, this is a main story quest zone. So there's the main story quest. We're going to hit this other stuff up around here. And we are a little over leveled for this, so we should be able to wipe this out pretty easily this afternoon. So. Twitch is just a small indie company. Just a startup. I heard the owner of Twitch started his business in a garage. He's probably still there today, working from his garage, I assume. In between his trips on his $500 million yacht. Girls Frontline 2 this morning. XCOM 2 waifus? I haven't heard of that one. XCOM 2 waifus. Sounds good. What's that game I ended up not playing yet that everyone was like, this game is for you. This is an awesome game, but it was with like anime girls. I don't remember. Sure, it's on my, I think it started with an O. Feels like it started with an O. Rage Demon, how do I play this game? Ah. Tonight, I'm sure most people do that. Do you guys have certain buttons you always set up to similar type skills on every game, like every MMO, every action game like this with a skill bar? I do, and I don't know where it first came from, but over the years, I put the same type of moves on the same buttons. Like 4 is always movement on MMOs, which is weird because on games like Diablo and Path of Exile, my movement skill is always W. 4 on MMOs with action bars, W on things with... Anyway, you guys do that? I'm sure a lot of people do. It makes it so that if you haven't played the combat in a game for a while, you can just kind of dive back in, I guess. You spice it up every game? That sounds like it would get confusing. I use a different key for movement skills on every game. Inventory's full. All right, let's go take a dump. I mean, dump our inventory first. Well, I lied. We're gonna go see what this question mark is, and then we'll go take a dump. I was at a meeting with YouTube and suggesting you could stream on that platform. I say nobody comes here for streams. Yeah, they saw the money signs. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't know. That meeting I had with Twitch marketing was like, and the thing about that is, you know what I did right after that? That's when I started uploading things to YouTube. That's what that Twitch marketing meeting made me do. So actually meeting with people on the inside of Twitch and them telling me that stuff, I was like, I need to start getting stuff going on YouTube because these people are, I don't know what they're doing. So anyway, yeah, they're the ones that had me basically start uploading there. So that in WoW, every move skill on 5, 6 kick, Q, main rotation on ERT. You still do that on like, so you did that every class basically, right? Does it also go from game to game with you? I hate this blurry camera skull vision bullcrap. All right, the quarry. Is it up top? I was never ready to. Yeah. I wish I had started doing it a long time ago, but alas. It would probably be better for me to take another day off of streaming a week and just use that day to make edited YouTube content, honestly. But I don't want to. I like doing the stream. I like hanging out and, you know, talking to you guys, doing the massive couch co-op, right? So I would rather not do that, but it would probably be smartest if I'm just trying to grow the stream. It's crazy. You would think Twitch also would think about this more, because what does everyone say? I mean, this is not like some cutting edge thing. If you go to anyone about how to grow on Twitch, how to get partnered on, which we already are, but how to get partnered on Twitch, how to grow on Twitch, blah, blah. Every single person that's already successful on Twitch, they say, don't concentrate on Twitch. You want to get bigger on Twitch, you got to grow off the platform and bring people to it. Which is actually good. You know what? That's probably good for Twitch. That's probably, I mean, I'm sure it is. I mean, it's absolutely working in their favor. There's no, yeah. What is their incentive to change it? Like, if people are building on other platforms and bringing people to Twitch that normally wouldn't come to Twitch, that's good for them. That's super good. So what is Twitch's incentive for changing it? Probably nothing. It's probably why they laughed at me when I asked marketing that. They're thinking, ha, this guy, why should we spend tens of millions of dollars bringing people onto the platform ourselves, and these idiots will do it. You probably would. Similar skills. Coming recently saying they found you on YouTube. Yeah, I know. What I should do is stop doing story day, and I should use that day for editing YouTube content. That would be the best for it. Wouldn't be the best for me, but it'd be the best for growing the channel. Yeah, Twitch is getting free marketing off this, so. All right, we are going to do what we usually do at the beginning here, and we are going to set up the war table. So people are going to be out doing their war table missions, and we're going to sell stuff to free up our inventory. Then we'll just go play as long as we can until our inventory is full, and then we'll do it again. Should have done this as soon as we load it up, but Watched you watch Day Die on YouTube. We got caught up on everything you posted, especially live stuff. Man, I don't know if you've actually been here when I've talked about this. Speaking of Day 9. All right. I used to play StarCraft Brood War this is way back, early StarCraft Brood War. I hung out and played in the same channels and the same ladder and some of the same small tournaments as Day 9, Artosis, Tasteless, In Control. I cannot believe In Control is no longer alive. A lot of other people that you may or may not know if you around Brood War, like Nyokin and Huck and all those, like same channels. On US West actually was a lot of it. So even though several of us lived on East Coast like Artosis, but a lot of us played, for instance, on the West servers, at least somewhat because of the ladder. Anyway, the point is I played the same channel, same amount, same kind of thing as them. I didn't get as successful in Brood War as most of those people. However, they all stuck with the game, and I switched off of it. And a lot of times I wonder, because I was actually, for anyone that was around in Brood War back then, so I actually was a team leader on WGT, the World Gaming Tour, and one of the people that got started on this PGT thing, which turned... Anyway, there's a long story behind all this. The point is, they all stuck with it, and I didn't. I always wonder, I was like, you know what? What if I would have kept playing with those guys? I just kept Brood War only. It's one of those, there's always that what if this, what if that. But it's kind of crazy that all those people now are like big content creators, streamers, etc. Commentators. Here I am. So not much of a story, but yeah. All right, let's sell our junk. It's just crazy seeing all those people that you used to kind of hang out in the same circles with. Don't tell anyone. Never. Thank you for the lurk. So we're gonna sell all of the gray stuff, probably the blue stuff too. Actually, all the crap we're finding in this zone is underleveled for us. So the only reason I'm keeping the purple stuff is to read the lore on it, honestly. Know much about Brood War, except Day 9 is beyond obsessed with it. Day 9 was very good at Brood War. Pretty much out of the people that I mentioned, he was, I would say, the best out of those. He was very, very good at it. His brother, Tasteless Nick, was good too, but I don't think anywhere near as good or as like he was the first one that kind of went into the commentator role, right? So Untitled Chapter Day 9, that's pretty cool, man. Yeah. Yeah, we played man, I remember hanging out in the like Now channel, which was like a lot of the South Koreans would play on US West, and they had their own little clan channels, and you couldn't understand anything they were saying, obviously. I mean, unless you could read Korean, and they would say things and like make games with that name, and you would copy and paste the game name so you could go in there and observe the game or try to play against them and stuff. But anyway, they all stuck with it and I did not, so I always kind of wonder, it's like, man, what if I had stuck with that too? I blame WoW. I blame WoW. No. Let's go on by the way. Sell all these valuables, and then we're gonna dump all the other stuff in the chest. All right, let's go dump this stuff in the chest, and then war table, and we can actually go finish off that zone, including some main story quest. Aegis of the Order. The Templar Order protects the innocents who wield magic and who suffer at its hands. No one can truly command magic, so how can we blame those who cannot control it? We must watch without judging, harness their power when it benefits us, and contain it when it does not. Our calling is to be the shield between the unnatural and the folly of man. Knight Commander Elias Barasa? Barasa? I know him. Of Ravane, 861 Blessed Age. The Cowl of the Overseer. An Overseer was a position common within the ancient Tevinter Imperium, given solely to mages of Altus rank. They were sent to distant outposts, usually important mines and strategically important forts, and given authority to act on the magisterium's behalf with impunity. Huh. 10% attack. Right. We took that off of Sarah. I want to hold on to it. I might end up putting it back on her or trying it on us. Kitty's collar. Minus 100% damage to resistance. Oh, yeah. I remember this. I don't know about this. Anyway, minus 100% damage resistance on everything. To everything. However, Guardian Spirit blocks 1 melee attack every 30 seconds. On dying, you have a 75% chance to instead heal for half health. And you can resist a lethal strike once every 60 seconds. So this is very much like one of those tank rogue type of things from other games. Evasion-based character almost. If this person doesn't get attacked a lot, this is going to basically make them immortal. So it's very tempting to use. I don't know. Even putting this on someone like Solus, since he can also res, and as long as he's not getting killed more than every minute. Even then, I might put it on someone. It seems really, really crazy. Potentially really crazy. All right, war room, and then back to that zone. War room is this way. Can't forget this is over 1 week. So you started watching Day 9 then after the Brood War era. I know, obviously, he still loves Brood War, but he kind of refuses to play Brood War on any kind of recording type thing. And I believe it's probably because he's way worse than he used to be, and it doesn't feel good. I imagine that's it. I don't want to... Oh, I was going to say, I don't want to be presumptuous as I presume these things, but I'm sure that's part of it. Knowing me, it's the same way. Like, I wouldn't want to play competitive Brood War on anything that people would see me do it, because I have not played it in so long in that capacity that I would feel like I was playing like crap, and I would not want people to see that. It's kind of weird, but I would imagine at least some of that
great knowledge. We should be honored to have him with us.
Is true. Hearthstone. Yeah, Hearthstone. And now a lot of magic.
Our community
Princess Batman.
grows.
Nice name. Batman, thank you for the follow. Sorry you can't type. People spoil this stupid game. I don't know why I call it stupid. People will come and spoil during this game specifically. So just on your first Dragon Age stream of this stream, you're not able to type. Alrighty. Inquisitor, our soldiers in the western approach located a suitable freshwater source. They faced some resistance from a particularly aggressive wyvern, but were able to subdue the threat and secure the area. I'm told that Lieutenant Core in particular should be commended for his quick response. As you can imagine, the success has raised morale among our followers in the western approach. My apologies, Inquisitor. The instant the ambassador stepped from the path, the tunnel was collapsed. Our people made it out, just barely. They found a message at the entrance. Josephine. A letter on dark vellum with obviously Dwarven markings. You had the route. You want trade? Show you can follow rules. Next time you listen, if next time comes. I thought we did follow the rules. Wait. Should we have waited for because Cullen wanted to send a lot of like military forces, and she was like, no, let's just go and try to befriend these dwarves. Let's try to be diplomatic with them and send like a small group. And I was like, all right, they want a small group. Apparently I should have waited and sent Liliana. Let's go to Ashton. Welcome back. Do we have anything going over in Ferelden? We did. Yes, that's where she was. This long one. Man, there's so many virtues today. You said the exact same thing when he was originally learning Dota 2. So probably exactly it in Brood War 2. Hard in Hightown, and where the dwarf Nightingale. We removed the dwarf from his home in Hightown. He had another manuscript in progress, which we burned, doused in acid, and threw into the sea. Apparently, he has a beef with Varric for setting up the champion of Kirkwall with another rune crafter. He ranted about better beards and true dwarves, and then declared himself the greatest rider in Thetis. At which point, Fletcher laughed so hard, she started choking. That dwarf is a menace, and he claims he didn't send a note to Skyhold. The plot thickens evermore. Alright. The Arl's Invitation. Let's see what this is. Ambassador, I apologize for any unpleasantness that might have arisen from my last correspondence with the Inquisition. My people have been under tremendous strain for too long. Even before the destruction of the Conclave, it has taken its toll on all of Redcliffe Arling. But that is in the past. Today I write to offer an invitation to the Inquisition. The Benorn of Calon is part of my domain and now lies empty. Ban Ilara lost her life attending the Conclave. Her only living relative holds lands too far away to administer both. By Ferelden custom, the lands are now the property of whomever claims them through skill of arms. A tournament will be held at Calon, with a victor taking the title as their prize. The Inquisition may send a champion to fight in the melee if you wish. Send me! I will champion. How's it going, Jamie? Welcome in. You can leave the lurk. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate it. Yeah, it helps out, as you know. We can send a champion. It may not be wise to win, however. Fereldans hold grudges. We can't truly run a Benorn, but a well-chosen envoy could win us Ferelden allies. Screw it, I'm sending a champion. How's it going, Stuff? Welcome in. Loser, welcome in. Yeah, let's do it. How's your terrarying going?
All right.
Last night before bed, we killed a bunch of bosses in our world. I want to tell you which ones though, because I know you're playing through blindly. How many did we kill? We killed 4 different bosses, and one of them we killed like 15 times because of the things that it drops, and we all wanted one of them, so we killed it until we all had the drop. But I want to tell you what. Do you want Ashton? Bestow Morning Holla. Capitalize an alliance with Fairbanks. Favor return. The College of the Magi. Deal with the angry Vargas. The Western Approach Resources. Ancient Laboratory. I think I want to do these two if we have the right people. Deal with angry Vargas. Commander, situation is improving here at Griffin Wing. Water source is secured and most things are under control. However, our activities in the desert have destroyed some Vargas nests, which has riled them up and desperate. Now they are attacking caravans on the main road, scavenging from our provisions. Makes it hard to get supplies in the soldiers. Any advice? So we can wait on Cullen. I'll send some of our rangers to hunt and kill these pests. I'll keep the area clear, or we can send Liliana now. The Vargas situation is partly our fault. We took their water, their habitat. Our veteran rangers could try to lead the Vargas to a better place where they can establish themselves. Clean house today. Fun, fun, fun. Dungeon. Have been making various armors. Try melee range. Magic summons. Gotcha. So you did some dungeon exploring. Did you talk to the old guy at the entrance? Have you fought any additional bosses? I want to be careful what I say.
Let's see what we have.
All right, I'll send her to that. Let's see the ancient laboratory here. Nightingale, the last Venatori have left the ancient laboratory in the wake of the Inquisitor's attack. We can be sure that secrets have been left behind. Those are the Venatori, the ancient Venters, or both. We should not allow the desert to bury them. We can only send Josephine. These are Chancery Scholar, or there are Chancery Scholars eager to see these ruins. We could salvage artifacts and earn their gratitude all at once. If we wait for her, we have agents capable of disarming whatever traps and tricks remain and bringing back valuables. So basically we can get loot if we wait for Liliana, or we get favor sending Josephine. I'll probably just send Josephine, honestly. It seems like most of the loot we get from this crap is, well, crap. Takes 2 last night. Very good. You give it an 8 out of 10. All right, so you beat Skeletron. Gotcha. Bottom of the map, false views got so great.
Our modest fellowship expands.
Praise the sub.
Praise the sub. Sockin Box, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Very much appreciated. Count name is tier 1. Financially supports the stream. Thank you, Sockin. So you did beat Skeletron. Okay. That's what I was basically wondering, because Did you try to go in the dungeon before you beat Skeletron by chance? My wife and I did that the very first time we played Terraria blindly. And there's some safe you did, yeah. There's some safeguards against that, huh? Let's see. The Western approach. All right, back we go. At this stage, I know every week I'm like, I'll probably respect Sword and Shield, and then we'll take additional people with me. I just don't feel like it. Like, I kind of want to play Sword and Shield a little bit. I kind of want to take other people, but I just don't want to give them gear and stuff. Like, I probably should. Knowing these games, it might get to a point where, like, I need to have them geared also, because it might break into different groups and whatnot. A lot of these games do that. The question asked, Path can't upgrade your gyms anymore. What do you need to do? So there's two things. One, gyms need you to be at a certain level to use them. So as you have them equipped and they gain experience, they will not be able to be leveled up until you also level up the next time, up to a certain point. The second thing is a gym will need you to have a minimum stat requirement, usually based on the color of the gym, to level it up. So for instance, if a gem requires you to have 100 dexterity for it to level to level 15, just this is arbitrary, but if a gem needs you to have 100 dexterity to level it to level 15, you need 100 dexterity or more on your character from any combined sources. It can be through your skill tree, it can be just your base character stats, or it can be even your equipment. If it's through equipment or anything like that, if you ever get less dexterity than that on your gear, then that gem will no longer work, and you'll have to take it out and use a lower level one, or you'll have to find some dexterity elsewhere. So without seeing your character or the gem at hand, I would say either you are too low a level or you have a stat that's too low of a level. If you hover over the gem, it should tell you which stat as well. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, we have a shard over here. Shard. Yeah, they all have their own kind of stat and level requirements. In addition to that, a gem's max base level is going to be 20 on most gems. Some gems are a little bit different and have a base of like 4. Corrupted gems can go up 1 additional level, but since this is your first playthrough, if I'm remembering right, you probably are not going to have to worry about that as much. And so if your gem is not at level 20 yet, and you can no longer level it up, it's most likely due to a stat requirement, or like I said, level requirement if not. Played Path when it first came out. I heard it's a way different game. Oh yeah, absolutely. Path of Exile is like what, 9 years old or something? Playing a witch. Do you remember what color gem, or do you remember which skill it is that you're talking about? By chance? Not offhand. Yeah, but that's gonna be what it is. One of those things. Yeah, Path of Exile is a lot different than it used to be. I think it's changed dramatically over its lifespan of like whatever 9 years or something. It's really crazy. If someone's looking for a newer ARPG that is in good shape and is much more like the like how Diablo or Grim Dawn is, I would definitely try out Last Epoch. My wife and I have been playing that off stream. It's in early access, but it's supposed to be coming out later this year, and it's much more in those sort of veins rather than the Path of Exile. Eventually gets to where you're just basically right-clicking full screens of enemies on your characters, which is nothing inherently wrong with that, but you're looking for something that kind of scratches that itch of traditional ARPG. If you haven't played Grim Dawn's still amazing. Grab that on sale for like $7. It's a really awesome ARPG. But if you're looking for something that's coming out, Last Epoch is good, and it's in good shape. Let's go. Minion, welcome in. Yeah, that's what I was telling him too, Ibex. I didn't get a chance to watch that video yet, Minion. I saw it when I got on Discord this morning to post about the stream. I have heard of the game, and I've seen it on people's Twitch list that they're playing it, but I haven't looked at it yet. So, Necromundo, what is that? You're level 23. So which skill is it that you're trying to level up? Yeah, I'm guessing it's a stat requirement though. Fall damage. I didn't mean to hit that. I have a Naga mouse and I accidentally hit the keyboard with it, so I pressed the button. I might be playing Path of Exile on stream here soon. I've never participated in a Path of Exile race, and even though I probably won't place in the money, I might still attempt it just for fun and to see how it is. Especially since we're just between challenges a little bit in other games, so probably not good for the stream is the only really unfortunate thing, but I wouldn't mind doing it. We'll see. Probably die a bit because it's hardcore, but I haven't played that game in hardcore. Level requirement, yeah, level 24. You watch some Path of Exile? I haven't played. So the race is not only hardcore solo self-found, so it's in addition to that, max resistance is lowered. It's a modded race. Max resistance is lowered across the board, and enemies deal like 20% more AoE damage or something. So I will die a lot. Yeah, but it's an official race, and the top 3 in lots of different things on it will get quite a bit of money. Anyone that gets over certain breakpoints in the levels get entered in giveaways and stuff. Oh yeah, there's also the more damage. Yeah, that's right. More AoE, the more damage, and lower resistance. That's right. Plus hardcore and plus solo self-found. It's gonna be crazy. So anyway, I don't know if I'll do it on stream or not, but I'm gonna try it out. Yeah, and the monster extra health too. Yeah, I forgot about that one completely. So I don't know if I will even make it to the break off point levels, but I'm gonna try it. Penguin loves Dragon Age. I'm liking it so far too. We play this once a week blindly on the hardest difficulty. So they're always fun. Oh, I'm gonna die so much when I try it. But I might try it on stream still. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it like additionally on the stream, like I was doing the last league start, where like I'll play it a couple hours at night. Get a log out macro. What? Why are those allowed? I still don't understand that. Can I use a macro in order to use more than one flask at a time? No, that's a bannable offense. Can I use a macro that hits escape or types out log out and then goes and logs out completely so I don't die in hardcore? Yes, absolutely. That's fine. Or practice logouts. Makes no sense. This gate is carved with symbols of Toth, the old god of fire. Taco Bell sweet tea. Sweet tea. So we're kind of done with stuff in this area, so we'll hit this shard over here. Another shard. And then we'll work our way down towards the main quest. We actually port there? Yeah, okay. One logout is 1 for 1 because it's a server side action. But you can't normally log out in a single button press. That's what I don't understand. Like, logging out is more than if you do it manually, it's more than a single input. So that makes no, yeah, it's really dumb, yeah.
Report, Captain. What's the situation in the western approach?
A generous bestowal.
I don't think anyone's getting into that cave anytime soon.
Baby carrots. Thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you, carrots.
Carry on, Captain.
Carry on, my wayward son. I got shards to get.
Inquisitor.
Yes. Last week when I played this, I spent like 30 minutes looking for an item that was showing on the map in this place. And I was like, I finally realized, you know what? There must be a cave under here. Sure enough, there was a cave, and I had wasted 30 minutes like climbing ladders, like scaffolding and hopping around walls and stuff. And the item was just go through this cave. There it is. All right, we already got that. Any suggestion for a sore throat? Herbal tea with honey in it is the thing that helps me the most. If you don't have any tea and honey, those God, what are those cough drops? There's these like herb sort of cough drops, honey and herb cough drops that are, they taste so good. They taste like, oh my god, they taste like honey as well. Really good. But I end up eating them like candy. Yeah, gargling's warm salt water can help too. That usually doesn't help me too much. That helps my wife. For me, it's always like tea and honey is the biggest thing that helps. But gargling hot salt water. This game is a way to extend its runtime. That's right. Server gets one. Yeah, I know, but I mean, I understand what you're saying that they're saying. But I'm agreeing with you that it's dumb because the server action of log out is a single thing, but on your side it would be multiple inputs to do it, whereas a flask usage is multiple hits on the server. So it's like a very specific thing, but it in practice you're saving the same. A logout macro is saving you multiple actions on your end still, but I know we agree on it, and it's dumb either way. Of course, when you were very young, I'm gonna go out and get tea and honey. Yeah, I highly recommend it. And I would also suggest,
Nothing to report, sir.
like, it depends on the person, but a lot of times it's better if the tea is not like you don't add sugar and stuff to it. It's just whatever tea, and you've sweetened it with the honey itself. Another thing that helps quite a bit, depending on if you like don't like tea or don't want to do it that way, is literally just honey. Honey is like friggin' magical. I don't know what it is with honey. Bee vomit. Who knew? It's so magical. But like when my daughter has a sore throat, she will just like eat teaspoons of honey, and it helps. I find it's amazing. It's crazy. It's like some kind of magical food. The Asterian pedestals have revealed a cave. Explore the cave. All right. Yeah, everyone's a little bit different with that. For me, honey and tea. For my daughter, she just eats honey, and then my wife does the gargle thing. Well, she does honey too, but shoving massive amounts of honey into your gullet. Hopefully it works.
Shall we see what we found?
Yes, Solus, that's why we're here. Yeah, sore throats suck though. So obviously. Hyenas. Hyenas in the Pride Lands?
That's elven magic somewhere nearby. Goodbye.
I knew this would happen after Mufasa died. Elven magic somewhere. Mosaic. Aha. Superb fire rune. Aha, the sequel.
The wards are working.
Well, this stuff's terrible for us, but it's epic nonetheless. Level 5 and level 9 armor. Wow. We should have been here so long ago. Oh well. Nothing can be done about it now. What is this one? This water tastes funny. Griffin Wing's well has been tampered with and cannot support the keep. An alternative source of fresh water must be secured. A nearby oasis called the Lost Wash Creek would do. If it wasn't crawling with Vargas. Alright, well. They won't be crawling for much longer.
Inquisitor.
Yes, that's me. Glad people don't do this in real life. At least to me. Every time someone you see that knows, like, they immediately say your name or your title. Even if you see them, like, 10 minutes later. Hey. Oh, a quillback. I don't know what that is. That's what B said. Solus, what are you doing? Why do you just take damage all the time? He doesn't know how to walk. There's something wrong with that guy. That was it? Wait, that keep full of soldiers couldn't kill that one Vargas? So next so far, no. I really like it. Oh, on Terraria, summons are really interesting in the fact that some of them are just terrible, and not only is their damage bad, but the AI is bad. Some of them have really good damage, but the AI is god awful. And then you got a few of the summons in the game that have the mix of both that are just amazing. And on top of that, you also have items that increase your summon level or summoning allowance. So you can get up to like 10 or 14 of a minion, and then you basically don't have to do anything. So it just depends. In fact, we farmed a specific summon item for my wife yesterday or last night, whenever that was. And she now can like literally just sit and do whatever she wants, and they just go around and kill anything that gets nearby. She doesn't have to worry about anything. Like, so she can just mine or fish or whatever, which is nice. Made the bee armor, got the necklace for 4 summons. Yeah. I still don't know how much to tell you and not tell you. I'm trying to tell you like nothing, so. But I'll tell you that when you get to the spot where the world changes, I don't know how else to say it without spoiling things. When you get to the part where the world changes, well, let's put it this way. In Terraria, there are different things that when you do them, it changes drops. And it also changes monsters around the entire world, including there are monsters that throughout the game, there are different events that you do that certain monsters will not even spawn in the world, even in a biome which has nothing to do with those events until you have done them. And therefore, there's a lot of item drops that are gated behind a series of bosses or a particular boss in the way that the enemy that drops it won't happen until you've done it. I will say that at your spot in the game, there aren't really a ton of great summons. In fact, I don't know if any of them are going to feel worth it, honestly, until you beat your next major boss. My minus warrior is aware that there is a boss. Change the game hard mode. All right, that's what I wasn't sure about. So once you get to hard mode, it will immediately unlock the means of getting 3 or 4 different summon items that are way better than anything before hard mode. And you can get them as soon as you get to hard mode. So you'll feel a lot better at that point if you want to try it more. Let's go on. Chimp, welcome in. Bees, imps, and the snowball guy. The imps aren't too bad. The only problem with the imp is that the AI doesn't work too well with multiple, which sucks because the way that their projectile works interferes with one another and it does less damage than you would think. The little puffball thing's not bad for an early game as well, but you want the boss spoilers all? Gotcha. Cool general mechanics, items, such. Yeah, so there is a boss that you'll enter hard mode with, and then there are a lot of bosses you can fight after you enter hard mode, but there are 3 primary bosses that when you kill those, the world changes again as far as more enemies, more drops. And then after that, pretty much every single main boss will add additional loot and enemies to the game. Rangers, yeah, range is extremely strong, especially after you get into hard mode and stuff, because things hit so hard that melee is really rough in Terraria. If you try to go an entire playthrough of just melee only, it's very difficult. You generally have to outgear whatever you're fighting as melee in general. And you have to build like boss arenas specifically for the boss to help a lot of times when you're melee. I mean, it's always good to build those, but there are chantry symbols. Ah, yes. Chantry, what was that? Oh, it's right there. Yeah, I really do like the bee bow. It does more damage than its numbers on it suggest. There's a lot of items that are like that too. Like there's a summon that you can get early on in hard mode, summon weapon, and the summon only says it deals 8 damage, but it does something like bypass 25 armor. And hard mode enemies have lots of armor. So the first time I got it, I was like, 8 damage. The crap. It's terrible. That armor pin. On screen last year. Yeah, I'm meaning like pure melee, yeah. Pure melee on like expert hard mode is pretty rough. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. If you're doing melee only, no ranged, no bee grenades, stuff like that. If you're trying to do a pure melee run in Terraria, it's very difficult compared to the other ones. But there's no reason to do pure unless you're just doing it for the challenge of it. The melee is actually really good against normal enemies, and then also some bosses melee kind of rips apart. But I know if you're trying to do, like you're saying, pure melee, nothing else. No summons with you, no whipping out a bow or a gun, no throwing grenades, just literally you and melee only. And then even among melee, it just depends too. So a lot of things are melee that don't seem like they would be. Like yo-yo builds are pretty awesome, and they got quite a bit of range on them. And then you get the string as well, and it gets quite a bit of range. Like some of the boomerangs are like also considered melee as far as scaling in the game, and those have quite a long range on it. And there's that one that you get. I'm trying to not spoil anything. There's that one that you get that stacks up to 5. It's like incredible. So I guess it just depends on what you're limiting yourself to with melee only. But if you're doing like pure sword, etc., it's really, really difficult to get past some of the roadblocks. One melee builds best combination with the other one. Yeah, for sure. Like I said, there's no reason to do it unless you're just doing it for the challenge or whatever, not your first run or something. In honor of the wings of adamant, the brave griffins who gave their lives to serve us to keep the blight at bay. In war, victory. In peace, vigilance. In death, sacrificed. Oh yeah, it has the melee helmets have way higher defense, yeah. And then the melee specific gear later on from the final boss and whatnot too. What do we got here?
Visitors. Thank the Maker. It's been so long since I've spoken to anyone. Have you come to observe the wildlife too?
I think I found your supplies. A dead man out in the desert had these on him.
Dead? Blessed Andraste. What about Marcus or Jeannette? This is terrible news. I am Frédéric of Serrault, foremost researcher of draconology in Orlais. I came here with an expedition from the university. But the others are all missing, and our work has been halted. White Claw raiders have made off with much of our supplies. You will help me reclaim the equipment, will you not? You will champion the advancement of science.
Sure, melee's really hard, pre-hard mode, unless you get the enchanted ice sword. Yeah, the other one that's not too bad, that's really reliable to farm is what is it called? What's the grass? Is it just grass sword or something? That one's not too bad either. But ice sword's good. The ball of hurt. Yeah, the ball hurts. That's another thing. Some of the maces, I don't know if you've done this, but some of the mace, specifically like the ball of hurt and the sun fury, they have this thing where if you hold down the click after you throw it, you can leave it somewhere. And so one of the things you can do is like throw your mace down in a hole, and enemies will just like walk over the sharp part of your mace and just die. Like, and it's way far away from you. So it's like, is this melee? I guess apparently it is, but you're like killing things with melee that are like half a screen away.
I have the supplies you were waiting for right here.
Yeah, that's true.
Some of our equipment is still missing. If you happen to find more of it, please let me know.
Hole in the moves that pull back through them, yeah.
The rest of your team went missing, and there are raiders all over the area. Should you be here alone?
I don't know what happened to the rest of the expedition, but the raiders have left me completely undisturbed. I have also seen Grey Wardens and strangers in odd black clothing, but they all ignore my presence completely.
Yeah, that's why the Bebo I think is so good, especially at that stage, like pre-hard mode, is you don't have to hit them. So you hit anywhere near them, ricochet off the wall. I guess you call it ricochet. They fly off the wall, whatever. Just shoot it in the basic vicinity of the enemies and dead.
You're a scholar. What can you tell me about this region?
The Western Approach is a remarkable place, as you are no doubt aware. Many magnificent creatures make their home here. Varghests, dragons, phoenixes. They thrive where few others can. The land was poisoned by the Second Blight. The Warden Fortress has stood since that time. Before the Blight, the ancient Imperium ruled here. Actually, I saw some Tevinters recently. Studying the runes, perhaps.
Completely forgot to turn off the sub thing up there. I've had that off every single episode of this game, so I was just turning it off in case it blocked anything. Whoops.
Tell me about yourself.
I am a professor at the University of Orlais. I have made it my life's work to write the definitive monograph on the hunting habits of dragons and their closest kin. On this trip alone, I have produced 20 scrolls of notes. More scholarship than has ever been done on the Southern Varghest. But my hope, my great ambition, is to observe the abyssal high dragon taking her prey. A sight no scholar has ever recorded.
Is that the Hellfire bow? Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, it turns them into the bats.
We'll have to speak some other time.
That Fred whatever walked through those bandits. Don't think so. He's useless.
All right. My daughter had a question. All right, there's another chantry thing here. I want to mark that because those actually don't stand on your map if you're without or not within the vicinity.
After more than 30 days, great Return whenever.
There is a crafting item if you end up wanting to go with bows and stuff like that. Bows or guns, stuff that you might not discover the crafting for it on your own. Like, have you? So there are NPCs that you find under the ground that will then join you. I know you found some of those. I don't remember if this NPC is pre-hard mode or after, but there is a wizard you find underground, and he sells a orb, a magical orb. And that magical orb is actually a crafting table as well. And it has some really important crafts associated with it for bows and guns. I feel like almost needed. So if you find them and you see that and you think it's like I did my first playthrough, I thought it was just like maybe a cosmetic type thing, like pianos and drums and stuff the game adds. Definitely buy that crystal ball, magic orb, whatever it's called, and place it. All right, chimp, they were the look.
The name on the manifest is Frederick of Seralt. Didn't we meet him?
All right, well, there we go. Got the rest of the supplies. Another thing of shards. Well, you knew that was coming because last time we got shards, it didn't show that we had all of them. So I don't mind collecting the shards. I don't. It's just the camera. I don't know why they did this weird, like, shaky, blurry thing when you look through these. Oh, you have your motion blur turned off? Well, during this mini event, we're going to have it turned up to 500%. To simulate what it's... Oh, no. Oh, no, no. Okay, I got it. Simulate what it's like to look through a magical skull. You said you got some of the bee grenades too, right?
Let's look around.
Bee grenades are also really good against bosses. Oh my god, how many resets did we get? I think I got like 5 crit resets on my whirlwinds. Crazy. Our crit level is up to a point where, well, if we crit, we get reduced cooldowns, and then whirlwind has multiple crit chances, or hits multiple times, so has multiple chances to crit. So sometimes it's just crazy. Just though destroyed him. Yeah. The major boss. So wait. Did you ever get this King Slime to appear again? At this stage, you're like way out leveled for King Slime, but I know it's just nice to like do them all at least once. It up there. And I had another rain. So you've done Queen Bee, Skeletron. Did anyone else? Done Blood Moon a few times. Okay. Grey whiskey, a bottle malt vintage wooden gin. Smash when dead. Did it show another thing? Yep. Some up there too. More booze? No, a gray warden artifacts. Okay. Okay. Shard nearby. Up there, I guess. There's also a high dragon here we haven't. Oh yeah, that's right. You fall out the eye. Destroyer of Worlds, Skeletron, and Queen Bee. Gotcha. Gotcha. Gross Stuff Housework Award. If you want to tell us what you did. Everyone's cleaning house today. What's up? What's up with that? Am I supposed to go clean? So I'm not going to.
Of course, Duran's theory of high dragon behavior is absurd, but...
Of course.
Oh, yes? Did you need something?
I have the supplies you were waiting for right here.
Now that I have my recipes back, I'll be able to concoct a bait the high dragon cannot resist. I have most of what I need, but I still need to gather quillback intestines and a phoenix.
This is an absolute MMO quest. 50-year-old corroded plumbing drain pipe clogging up your drains. It's located under a crawl space that's rock covered, full of cobwebs. A dead mouse staring at you a couple feet over is of zero help. No.
You study dragons. I'd be interested in hearing more about that.
Oh, they are fascinating and little understood creatures, thought extinct for centuries. Now they seem to be making a comeback. The Nevarrans wrote extensively on breeding and nesting behavior, but high dragon hunting patterns have never been studied. I would be most interested if you come across any Gurn corpses that might be victims of dragon attacks.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Expensive to replace. Plumbing issues are the worst.
The rest of your team went missing, and there are raiders all over the area. Should you be here alone?
I don't know what happened to the rest of the expedition, but the raiders have left me completely undisturbed. I have also seen Grey Wardens and strangers in odd black clothing. But they all ignore...
Yeah, you've told us this. Alright.
Completely.
Another one of these stones. Just work on their knees, digging out apart 4-inch iron pipe. Yeah, that sucks, man. God. We've had so many, this place isn't even that old, but we've had so many problems with things like plumbing and whatnot. Well, I mean, you know, but it's been relatively easy fixes, even though not cheap. But at least they were easy, like replacing the water heater. Easy as far as like plumbing type stuff goes, but not inexpensive, especially for the size one that we need for our stupid house. Can I poop back in the guest bathroom? Yeah, that's fine. One shard remains. Vian wishes to undo the damage done to her beloved circle of magi and hopefully restore it to its former relevance. Recovering phylacteries and tomes lost with the fall of the circle will help. Okay. Looks like there's some other stuff over there too. blazing through this zone, though. Helps when you're 5 levels over, you know? Whoa, it was actually in the middle for once of the purple area. A lot of times it's just like, anywhere in this giant purple area. Good luck.
Who did all this? Grey Wardens.
I don't know. The Shimmerstone Mine. The ground here trembles slightly underfoot. Another quarry. Well, that looks like instant death. Whoa there, guy. That was a dangerous about face. I'm not sure I would really be sprinting around down there. All of us just turn and sprint on that old rickety crap. I'd be creeping. 36 CMO. Thank you for the follow. Sorry if you can't type. We have people spoil this game for whatever reason in particular. So the very first Dragon Age stream that you're here for, you're not able to type. Yeah, I would type tomorrow. Not today. Ancient Warden Logbook. It's amazing how these things stay intact. So close. We nearly reached him, made it down to what looked like a Dwarven Tig, where the song was actually audible, real and thrumming through the air, not just in our heads. It rattled through the lyrium pillars and shook the earth beneath our feet to its dreadful tempo. We lost 30 men in the last cave-in, and the Warden Commander is abandoning the mission. I tried to argue for one last push, but the rock is too unstable down there. We'll have to find another archdemon somewhere more solid. That's pretty interesting, because in the original game, in Origins, you learn that the Grey Wardens have this connection with the demons, and they like share dreams of the demons, and then as they get older and they've been influenced or corrupted or whatever you want to call it, connected to the demons for a long period of time, the song that they hear from the archdemon gets louder and louder and louder, and they know they're about to succumb to it, and they go off in the deep roads and they kill as many darkspawn as they can until they die. Go down there with the dwarves and do that. But they are trying to dig down to where they think they're hearing the actual song, an actual audible song rather than their head. It's kind of crazy. Well, I guess Black Wallet answers your question that this was done by the Grey Wardens. Some crazy Grey Wardens. Stop the singing. Right. On to another shard. Maybe I should ride my horse in here a little bit more. I'm always afraid if I ride it, I'm gonna miss stuff because you can't use your discovery circle thing from your horse. So surely there's nothing I'm gonna miss over here though. Come Patsy or Clancy or whatever your name is this week. Bear traps. Crazy Grey Wardens. Are you trying to imply there's the same Grey Wardens? Yeah, you're probably right there. What's going on, Lunar? How you doing? Are you fully recovered? What are you playing these days? Let me ask you all the questions. More sulfur pits, delicious. Delicious. A cave with a magical entrance. Playing some board games with some friends an hour or so. Nice. For the most part recovered. What are you playing? Hello? Who's keeping these torches lit? Probably spiders. The creation of the phylactery. We let the boy rest the first night they brought him to the White Spire. I convinced Knight Commander Belrose to delay the ritual till the morning. The journey was long, and the lad could barely keep his eyes open, poor thing. I was certain escape was the furthest thing from his mind. Medine found him a clean cot in the other young apprentices. Or with the other, rather. I thought, anyway. And when I came in with his supper, he was already fast asleep. In the morning, I showed Medine how the phial was to be prepared. First, a simple charm to preserve and protect the glass. Then a spell to keep the blood from forming dark clots. The last step could only be completed with the apprentice present. I sent a young Templar recruit off with a message that we were ready. The boy was escorted to the chamber by Belrose himself. You could tell he had just been awakened. There was a smear of dirt from his face, perhaps from the road. I called the boy to me and cleaned his cheek with my sleeve, and I explained the ritual. We have to take your blood, I said, because you're special. We don't want you to be lost. If it happens, the blood will allow us to find you and bring you home again. I let Medine take the lancet this time. The tremors in my hands was worse that day, and I didn't want to make too deep a cut. I held the boy close, and Medine made a small, neat incision on his palm, exactly as instructed. I felt the boy struggle and start to cry. He tried to pull away, but Medine gripped his hand firmly, letting the blood run into the phial. Then Medine cast a spell, like we practiced. Within the phial, the blood churned and grew bright in the presence of the mage who was bound. It was done. Another phylactery, another link forged. He was leashed to the White Spire. The boy could not look away from the glow. He was enthralled, and the pain and the tears were forgotten. See, this is magic, I said to him. When you are older, I will teach you. Belrose let the boy hold his phylactery for several minutes before he locked it away in the chamber. From the memoirs of Enchanter Riva Clay, during the Blessed Age. Don't know yet. It's on who all shows up, what people bring and stuff. Gotcha. Oh. Shackles are still there. Chantry logbook. We so far cannot confirm that Pharamond was or has had any luck attracting spirits at all. It may not be possible for spirits in the Fey to even see someone who has so long been tranquil. He wishes to continue the experiments. He will stay and observe until he is ready to leave. Oh, that's right. Last week we got some information that they were working on a way to untranquilize people. So, huh. Did they succeed? That's the question. Some blue armor is not really good for us at this stage, but it's money. All right, back to the camp. What is up here? All right, okay. So we'll hit this camp up, and then we'll go get that material for what's his face there. I'm guessing he's gonna summon the High Dragon, and I'm guessing we're gonna kill it. That guy's gonna be pretty upset though. Just talking about how these magnificent creatures were making a resurgence. He wants to study them. But yeah, we'll help. We'll help find him. Then we're gonna kill him for dragon loot. Yeah, let's hit this direction up first. There's one of those quill boars. We might as well kill Wherever we see, I think that's what all these markers are, just saying they spawn there. See your burgers in the Discord? I don't think so. When did you post them? I haven't caught up in the Discord since 2 nights ago because I was busy all of yesterday and then this morning. So if you post them within the last 2 days, whoa, Sarah hit him hard. 1999 damage. What are the other parts we need? Dragon signs. Would you say? Yeah, I haven't seen them yet. Suppose cheese potential for sure. Probably good to keep some gear around for that. Yeah, and like I said, it's a really good thing to pair, as you can imagine, with other things. So if you have like a good ranged weapon and you have summoning set up, a little of both, your summons can attack things while you kite and shoot.
Why?
You know.
Your expert was a nutter.
So yeah, absolutely. And you can completely build a character around summoning. They actually, this didn't always exist, but they added weapons too. You might have seen, there's some even pre-hard mode. There are weapons where when you hit something with a weapon, it will trigger your minions to attack that target. And then there's some that do other things too, like attacking them will make your minions do more damage to the target that you're attacking with it, which is pretty cool that they expanded on it a bit, you know? There's stuff like that too if you want to go pure summoning, but you can do hybrid stuff. Come on, dragon. Have whip, adds a little bit of damage to the whip itself. Does a solid chunk too, yeah. An elegantly written note. Gentlemen, leave the Woodens to their work. Concentrate efforts on the dragon service. On the main quest. It's the main quest zone. I'm just doing the stuff on the way. There's the actual main quest. And we're doing the last side quest outside of it, which is luring a high dragon down, apparently. So, I don't know what the difference is in a high dragon and a normal dragon. But apparently we're about to find that out. And then all we have left in the zone is that main quest there. Weesa. Difference is about 10 grams. High dragons are found in the dankest of dungeons. Can we ban Lunar? Can't, no. She's immune now. It's got one of them swords. One more dragon sign. It's up that way.
Yeah.
If you were a... Okay, never mind. Let's say if you were a Skyrim horse, you could climb this mountain. Well, you can kind of climb it. Come on, horse. There you go.
Yeah.
Close enough. Swords beat hammers. Don't make the rules. Man, Sarah's doing such crazy damage. She's just casually throwing out like 2,600, 2,800, 2K. You have a butter knife? That definitely beats the sword, yeah. Alright. I think that's it. And let's go give the stuff to Research Boy. I don't remember his name. He's an inspector. Welcome in. I saw your RimWorld mountain name, by the way. Mount Bumfun. It's friggin' auto generation names on RimWorld. Bumfun. You know what that world needed? It needed some hin boners, then you'd be in good shape.
After more than return whenever you like. I'm always glad of
I'm here right now. Talk to me.
Color. It seems very unlikely that she could be nesting at this time of year. Ah, fellow researcher, how can I help you?
One tail feather and one batch of intestines, as requested.
My friend, you are invaluable. I will certainly note your assistance in my monograph on the High Dragon. I will attempt to lure her out as soon as my background research is complete. Mistakes could be deadly. The ancient Tevinters wrote volumes on the study of dragons. I believe they had a laboratory in this desert. If only their work had not been lost. Truly, the Blights set the field of draconology back centuries. Deplorable.
I've spotted several dragon signs around the approach.
Most excellent, my friend. I don't suppose you noted the wound pattern? No matter, I'll look into that later. Andraste's mercy. From
Andraste's what?
The dragon has been moving east and will be scouring the wastes next. Naturally, the dragon's hunting ground is full of miscreants. White Claw raiders. They've covered the area in traps for Maker only knows reasons. Quite a mess.
I found this manuscript on dragons in an ancient Tevinter laboratory. Will it help you?
What remarkable diagrams. Are these chambers of the draconic heart? Oh, if only I could read the script. Do you perhaps know a linguist? Or a Tevinter historian?
I don't, but the Inquisition might.
Kinda.
I'll speak to our specialists. We'll have to speak some other time.
Yeah, yeah. That's one of those body parts that we've learned about with Andraste. How Andraste feels about this.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because they use things like that in this game, although it's only happened within the last couple of streams. It's the equivalent of like people saying, Jesus Christ, you know? Or, oh my God. Just insert Andraste in some body part. We'll be happy that their traps are destroyed. All right, destroy some traps. Earlier when I saw traps in the distance and I said, those are bear traps. Apparently not. Right, little archer. I guess I'm doing big damage too now, though. Like, that move that deals extra damage when they're downed or stunned That's also hidden for 2K. Take that, Sarah. It's not just you.
Goodbye.
Uno más. That's a big area. Hello? There it is.
That made someone angry.
Kill the
Let's
white
be
claws.
ready.
All right, I'm ready. Level 15. If I was that guy, I'd be running. You just watch like his 3 allies in the front line just get ripped apart. Guy spin around like a tornado. Another one summoning fists from the like nether. The girl with the bow just literally went invisible. He's like, no, I got this. Well, he probably has one of those bosses that are like, I don't care what you see out there. If you don't complete your mission, it'll be worse for you back home. And he believes them. He believes them. Return to Frederick. All right, Frederick, I'm coming.
Nothing to report, sir.
We gotta be careful going down little places like that, because Solus will just face plant off of them.
What was that?
All right, Frederick.
Oh, my fellow researcher, what can I do for you?
The raiders are no longer in the way.
I've made note of the appropriate spots in the wastes for you to place lures. I must locate my supplies to create the bait. Then we can proceed.
We'll have to speak some other time.
This is the most MMO quest in the game so far. Please bring me X number of livers. All right, here's the livers. Now I need a book. Can you bring me a book? Fine, here's the book. Can you scout out these areas and tell me what it looks like has happened to these 5 corpses? All right, I've done that. Here you go. Oh, but these people are mad. Can you beat these people up for me? All right, they're beaten up. Where's the dragon? I need you to... I'm done, Frederick. I'm out. All right, so let's go do this main quest here. I think we've hit all the side stuff there. Oh, that's the other place, yeah. This is the western approach. Filler acquisition, yeah. Oh, sorry, I punched you guys in the microphone. The Ancient Winter Manuscript, arrange for our translation at the war table, and then we have to, yeah. So, some of the High Dragon, now we have to go to the war table. We'll do that after this. We're gonna head over to, this main story quest. They've been waiting on us there for, I don't know, like 6 weeks or something in real time. We should probably go see what they want. I think Hawk's over there. It's probably dead now. There's no way he's had enough food and water to last 6 weeks in this desert. I was telling my wife about doing all the side quests of this, and then I had never told her, apparently, when we were playing through Spider-Man, what was it that brought it up? She was playing Far Cry 5, and she had like a very important story quest. It's like one of the last ones. She has to go, and it's very time sensitive, or that's what the story tells. She's like, well, I'm gonna go do side quests and do some other stuff, pet some animals for like a few weeks. And then I told her about the Spider-Man thing that we did on stream, where like Aunt May called us and was in trouble. Like, for all we know, Aunt May was dying, and we were like, you know what? Let's just go take some pictures of some monuments. Go ahead and play with some drones for a little bit. Sorry, Aunt May. Yes, the RimWorld run was completed. Some people have asked me not to tell exactly what happened because they didn't want spoilers and are planning on watching the VOD. The VOD is up from Tuesday, so you can go into the videos and look at that if you would like, or you can wait and it'll go up on YouTube. I don't think the last episode will be on YouTube for about a week, actually, though.
I'm glad you made it, Inquisitor.
Yeah, we got done with that run.
They've already started the ritual.
It has to be blood magic. I hope we can stop them before more people get hurt. You take point. I'll guard your backs.
Main story. We'll be doing more RimWorld stuff, but that run is done, and we play Dragon Age once a week. This week it is today.
Wait! No.
Warden Commander Clarel's orders were clear.
This is wrong.
Remember your oath. In war, victory. In peace, vigilance. In death, I'm sorry. Sacrifice. Good. Now bind it just as I showed you.
I don't like the no pause.
Inquisitor.
One sec.
What an unexpected pleasure. Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, at your service.
You are no warden.
But you are. The one Clarel let slip. And you found the Inquisitor and came to stop me. Shall we see how that goes?
I've been doing no pause in RimWorld for, I don't know, a couple years, so I mean I'm pretty used to it. I prefer no pause, but yeah, probably the last like 20 runs I've done of RimWorld have been no pause, and I don't like playing it with pause anymore. It just feels way too slow on my end just because I've gotten used to no pause. So yeah, I like doing it.
Wardens, this man is lying to you. He serves an ancient of Intermagister who wants to unleash a blight.
That's a very serious accusation. Let's see what the Wardens think. Wardens, hands up.
It's baby carrots. Hopefully it helps.
Hands down.
Corypheus has taken their minds.
They did this to themselves. You see, the calling had the Wardens terrified. They looked everywhere for help.
Even to Vinter.
Yes, and since it was my master who put the calling into their little heads, we in the Venatori were prepared. I went to Clarel full of sympathy, and together we came up with a plan. Raise a demon army, march into the deep roads, and kill the old gods before they wake.
Random pause. The game will just randomly pause and unpause on its own.
Corypheus marching across Orlais with an army of demons. That was in the future I saw at Redcliffe.
And now you know how it begins. Sadly for the Wardens, the binding ritual I taught their mages has a side effect. They are now my master's slaves. This was a test. Once the rest of the Wardens complete the ritual, the army will conquer Thedas.
So Corypheus influenced the Wardens and made them do this ritual?
Made them? No.
Oh, look how glittery
Everything
that
you
armor
see
is.
Here, the blood sacrifices to bind the demons.
How's it going, Phelan?
The Wardens did it of their own free will. Fear is a very good motivator, and they were very afraid.
That's a lie. The Grey Wardens are heroes. They would never do this willingly.
The Grey Wardens care about nothing save stopping blights. They will do anything to accomplish that. You should have seen Clarel agonize over the decision. Burdens of command, I suppose.
Why would the Wardens try to kill the old gods?
A blight happens when dark spawn find an old god and corrupt it into an archdemon. If someone fought through the deep roads and killed the old gods before they could be corrupted, woof, no more blights, ever. The Wardens sacrificed their lives and saved the world.
That's madness. For all we know, killing the old gods could make things even worse.
Well then, it's a good thing I'm taking this demon army off their hands.
Why would Clarel risk using demons?
Demons need no food, no rest, no healing. Once bound, they will never retreat, never question orders. They are the perfect army to fight through the deep roads. Or across Olay. Now they are bound to my master.
Do you really want to see the world fall to the Blight? What do you get out of this?
The Elder One commands the Blight. He is not commanded by it, like the mindless Darkspawn. The Blight is not unstoppable or uncontrollable. It is simply a tool.
He's a tool.
As for me, while the Elder One rules from the Golden City, we, the Venatori, will be his God Kings here in the world.
Release the Wardens from the binding and surrender. I won't ask twice.
No, you won't. The Elder One showed me how to deal with you in the event you're foolish enough to interfere again. That mark you bear, the anchor that lets you pass safely through the veil, you stole that from my master. He's been forced to seek other ways to access the Fade. When I bring him your head, his gratitude will be... Ah! Kill them!
To listen to reason.
You were correct. Through their ritual, the mages are slaves to Corypheus.
And the Warden warriors? Of course. Sacrificed in the ritual. What a waste.
Eramond lied to the Wardens. They were trying to prevent future blights.
With blood magic and human sacrifice.
The Wardens were wrong, Hawk, but they had their reasons.
All blood mages do. Everyone has a story they tell themselves to justify bad decisions. And it never matters. In the end, you are always alone with your actions.
I believe I know where the Wardens are, Your Worship. Eramond fled in that direction. There's an abandoned Warden fortress that way, Adamant.
Good thinking. The Warden and I will scout out Adamant and confirm that the other Wardens are there. We'll meet you back at Skyhold.
Oh, whoops. I still have my, yeah, thank you. I still have my hand on the button because during that cutscene, my daughter's in here and she's over there like typing a lot. So it was, the typing was louder in the cutscene. So I had the mute button on. Thank you. There we go. The only thing you guys didn't hear is like, oh man, I have blood on my nipples. So there you go. Now you know. The very important Thieves. Yeah, Thiever let me know. A letter found in a gray wooden mage. I don't trust this ritual Clarel is talking about. Are you sure it's safe? Have you ever used blood magic? I don't care what the Chantry says. I doubt they'd approve of the joining. They knew everything about us. My family fought to enter slavers near the border. This Aramond sounds like everything that's wrong with the Imperium. I'll be waiting for you when you get back. If you can look me in the eye and tell me that the ritual is safe, I won't speak of it again. If not, just come back safe, please. Avalon, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Thank you, Avalon. Very much appreciate the support. Much love to Avalon. Maybe it's a Abel1. I don't know. I could be wrong. A bottom marked vintage Warden of a Lol Griffin Wing Ale. Yeah, it's very important. Talk about them bloody nipples. Yeah, it's going flesh. Many ancient winter structures littered the wastelands of southwestern Orlais. In the age before the First Blight, the Imperium expanded to the south at an incredible rate. The lands farthest from Minrathis became home to a great many sites dedicated to magical experimentation, taking advantage of natural weaknesses in the Vale as well as the distance from the Archon's excuse me, oversight to try ever more dangerous fields of study. As with Eonar in Ferelden, the laboratories of Orlais were set upon by the followers of Andraste during the uprising, and little remains of them now, save crumbled stone. Alright. We can just port up there for the quest. Do I want to look around here a little bit, though? I don't think so, right? I mean, I already pressed this button up there, and it didn't or uncover anything else. Or something up there to read, which you already read. The only thing I can think of that might be here is another one of the, God, whatever they're called. No, it's not here anyway. All right, let's go. Up to the keep. Streams on YouTube. Came here to subscribe. Thanks for the entertainment. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you for watching. So more RimWorld's coming. I was actually talking at the beginning of the stream about getting back on track and making more like guide content and things like that. So I'll be doing that. We'll be trying really hard to get back on doing that at least one a week. But yeah, new RimWorld content about every other day on YouTube right now. And then on the stream, we'll be doing more RimWorld also. It's just that we do a story game once a week. And this week, it's today instead of Wednesday. But yeah, thank you for coming over and let me know. Oh god, yeah, that's a real thing. The episode of The Office where Andy's nipples start bleeding during the fun run. Yeah, that's a real thing. Where marathon runners end up putting tape. Make sure they don't get that chafing. No thanks. Now's not the time to ask him about himself.
Report. What's the situation in the Warden's fortress?
Bandits moved in. Worse than Quillbacks, if you ask me. They're holed up in there and using it as a base to strike at our supply caravans. Blasted scavengers.
But if you make more guide content for RimWorld, I have no choice but to actually learn how to play. So I don't run much. You're gonna go with that, yeah. I would run marathons all the time. I want to run a marathon every day, but I'm not going to because my nipples will bleed, yeah. Yeah, right.
Carry on, Captain.
Oh, I'm sure that's the reason. What? I have to go down there again? I just got back. I just got back from the store. Why didn't you tell me we needed milk while I was there last time? All right. Is that honey helping, by the way? Hope so. Honey's magic. Magical bee vomit. Wait for the tea to cool down. Nah, just incinerate your tongue. Everything will taste like rubber for like 3 weeks. It'll be fine. Shoot down the honey by itself. We do that. Yeah, I mean, you can. That's what we usually do for my daughter specifically is spoonfuls of honey. The honey itself will help throw it a little bit. It's not going to last a long time though, is what I found. Like, it'll feel good when you take a spoonful of it, but it's going to like go right back to not feeling well pretty much as soon as the honey is completely down. The honey and tea should help more long term, and you can sip it, you know. But yeah, I like doing that with honey. You're playing some Siege while you lick. Oh. Someone the other day was like, I don't remember who it was. I don't mean it in a negative way. I didn't take it that way. Someone the other day was like, I take it Adam doesn't, you know what? Adam doesn't seem like the kind of person that would like multiplayer games, playing against people. And I was like, what? Must be competitive multiplayer games. But speaking of competitive multiplayer games, I've been really itching to play a fighter. I used to play fighting games all the time. I've talked about it on the stream a couple times. Well, that used to be one of my most played genres back before I got sucked into like other things. So I've been really wanting to play a fighting game. I don't know if I will play it on stream. If I do, it'd just be like bonus stream stuff. But speaking of competitive multiplayer games, might end up booting up some, you know, some Mortal Kombat 11 or some Killer Instinct or Street Fighter 5 or something. Dragon Ball. I'd heard that you had implanted Muffalo memories. They missed the memo that Muffalo don't produce milk anymore. Yeah, read the patch notes, Warden. Gentlemen, your mistakes are beginning to distress me. I told you to take the equipment and leave the research team alive. Perhaps you don't know the difference between life and death? If you cock this up again, I'll be happy to demonstrate the distinction for you in detail. Service. All right. So the next parts of this are through the war table using power. So let's go back to Sky Holds. We'll go from there. Wait, do the shards we got from other zones count towards this unlock in here? Because it says we've gotten all the shards in this zone, but I'm wondering if we, now that we got all the shards in another zone, if they count towards the unlock. Let's go check this out really quick. We might as well. It does? Okay, good. Good. Star Wars Squadrons is free, 4 PS Plus this month. So yeah, that's what I figured. I wasn't 100% sure. So let's hit this up before I forget about it. Get that free frost resist. Cash in. How was I supposed to know? Bleeding for 20 stab wounds is fatal. That's right. I agree. Ken, thank you for the lurk. Oh yeah, this is that annoying one to get to where we either have to go through the cave system or we go up and drop down. Yeah. I don't know that I found which way ends up being the best. Squadrons is a MOBA? Is it? I have no idea. I've heard the name, but there's a Star Wars MOBA? Virtua Fighter. Yeah, I never liked the Virtua Fighter games. I don't know why. Sort of as, last time we were talking about fighting games, I was talking about how, like, 3 MOBA outside of campaign. Interesting. 3 MOBA, like, Smite? That sort of thing? Like how Smite is. Anyway, we were talking about fighting games, and I was talking about how, like, there's just some that are super popular, but I just have never liked. I've just never cared for them for some reason. Even though I was super into fighting games, the biggest example is probably Tekken. I have never liked Tekken. I don't know why. I just do not like it at all. I don't like watching it. Don't like playing it. Just don't enjoy Tekken at all. Soul Calibur is another one that's just like not for me. Like I've done Soul Calibur more than Tekken, and like as sort of just a casual play around, screw around on Soul Calibur thing, it's fine. But for whatever reason, Soul Calibur and Tekken, I've just never really cared for. Oh my god, what have I done? Ooh. Hang on, let me see where this goes. There might be a way that this just comes right out from the camp, but I'm just going up and around. Like Smite, yeah, that's interesting. I've never been in here. Space shooter, but it's boba, gotcha. Really liked early Soul Calibur. Yeah, I never could get into it, I don't know why. See, my wife really likes Soul Calibur. That's like her favorite fighting game. Ow. What is he doing? You like it too? I guess yeah, I don't need to bash this anymore, thanks. It got broken. My favorite fighting game series, I guess Mortal Kombat, but Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct are probably my, let's see. Oh my god, it does. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my character. This absolutely leads down here. Just north of the camp. Instead of having to go up top and nearly fall to our death every time. I assume there was some way to get up there that was not a hardcore hope you live sort of thing, but I hadn't found it last time we were here. Here it is. Where do these other paths go? Yeah, Tekken's always been super popular too. I don't know. I just don't like. Maybe it's the like. I guess part of it is the I don't even know what you call it. More three-dimensional type of fighting on it, where you can go like instead of side to side, you can go back and forward, like in Soul Calibur, for instance. Maybe that's part of it. But I don't know. Never liked the characters in the game. Hey, look, it's where I jumped down. I could have just taken this. Yeah, well, we know now. Before your fighting games you like to play? So what's your top three? Top three fighting. I don't even know what that one is, Phelan. You know what actually is a decent fighting game that I tried out because I got it free on Humble Bundle, and I was like, I'm gonna give this a try. Fightin' Herds. Fightin' Herds is actually pretty decent, which I was really surprised about because it looks like My Little Ponies meets Street Fighter, and that's pretty much what it is. Going staunch, welcome back. Yeah, I have no idea what that one is, Phelan. Turtles and chill. Turtles and Stria, thank you for hanging out. Have a good rest of your night, Stria. Davey, did you have your routine sandwich yet today? Soul Calibur, Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, Street Fighter, and then Tekken. Yeah, my top two are Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct. And then I guess after that, oh man, yeah, I guess it's so hard. Yeah, I don't know if I had to rank them, which one I'd put in order. But anyway, I really like Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, Smash Brothers, and Street Fighter. Grilled burgers. Yesterday was nuts. How so? Troubleshoots. Thank you for the gift sub to staunch the flow for 16 months. Thank you, Shoots. Shoots, thank you for the gift subs during the rerun too. I thanked you in chat. I don't know if you saw during them. I was doing some work on the other monitor, so I had chat up. But thank you, Shoots. Forgot about Smash Brothers. Went to a vacant home, and in the trash was an aquarium. Ben, thank you for the subscription also. Thank you, Ben. 4 months. Ben, thank you for the resub. You figured, yeah, I'm never too far away yet. If stream or rerun or whatever's running, I'm somewhere. Baby Carrots, thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you, Baby Carrots. You asked if you wanted it. You said yes. You love free stuff. It was just a little 10-gallon, but inside it was a baby red-eared slider, and it was still alive. Wait. Someone just abandoned their pet turtle in the trash? It wasn't that guy, was it? That's sad. It wasn't that guy. Sad. Let's just see you. Have a second tank cam. That's awesome, man. Well, I mean, it's not awesome that it happened, but it's awesome that you. We got so many resets on crits right there. Anyway, it's awesome that you found them when you did, and I'm sure having that is a good, a good thing for the stream as well. But whoa, there was an ice rune there that I didn't notice. Oscar the trash turtle, nice. Size of a quarter. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid swimming in the creeks in Southeast Tennessee in Appalachia. We would catch little sliders all the time. Sliders. Buggers and turtles. No, we'd catch them all the time. They'd be like the size of a quarter, yeah. We'd let them go. I mean, I never kept them, but we'd catch them in the creek all the time. Yeah, I was there the other night, lurking, and one of the turtles is the closest I've ever seen them on the cam, but it was just like their butt. So it was like, they were like kind of angled to where they're like the corner of their leg and their butt was like in the camera, and that's like all the stream was. It was just a turtle butt and music. It's like, nice. Yeah. $4,200. Thank you, Luna. How much honey should you put in the tea? Stuff says yes. It's up to you. You can't put too much. I mean, honestly, you can put it in there until it's sweet enough that you enjoy the taste. But like, as long as you're not worried about the like wasting money on putting the honey in there, because honey can be expensive, you know. So I don't want to be like, Baby Carrot used the last of their income buying honey, and I just had them wasting a single cup of tea. We need even more shards. But, yeah, you can't go wrong. Just put as much as you want. I would say just use it until it's as sweet as you want, especially if you're not using sugar as well. Just until you like the flavor. For 11th to 10th, you did going from 10th to 8th. Yeah, that is kind of interesting. Number 8, Davey, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Thank you, Davey. To Alex for their 2nd month, Novrek, Roger, Stu, and all for the 1st, and Griffin for their 2nd. Thank you, Davey. I appreciate it. Much love to Davey, who's graduated from sandwiches to burgers. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hype train.
Your mom said to say that I could have just one peanut butter square, but not till after they cool down.
I hit the wrong button. Thank you, Wayne. That's not what I...
All aboard the hype train.
There we go. You guys want a peanut butter square? I could go for one. Perfect retirement grilling on a Thursday afternoon. What? Shoots. Thank you for 5 years subs also. Thank you, Shoots. I'm not used to this, especially on story day. To Phil, to Ham Slamwich, good name still, 4 months. Nori for their first, D for their second, and Night Owl Coffee for 3. Thank you, Shoots. Let's hit another random button, shall we? All right, which one is this one?
No fun allowed. Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
All right. Thank you guys. Can't believe I hit that. What is it? Cat bug? Cat. The weird thing is I've seen so many like cat bug clips and whatnot, but I've never actually watched that show.
I tracked that Venatori mage back to Adamant Fortress. They're looking at assault options now in the war room.
Thanks for coming.
You did well, Varric. The Inquisitor is just who we need.
Oh, it's been great. Murderous wardens, archdemon attacks, plenty of blood mages and crazy Templars. Just like home.
I know how much you hated leaving Kirkwall.
This is the ass end of Thedas. You know they eat snails here? Still, I think I need to finish this out. If it weren't for me and Bartrand, none of this would have happened. So much for changing our lives.
That's what happens when you try to change things. Things change. You can't always control how.
Hawk seems pretty wise for his years. Did we finish something? Yeah, we finished the main story in that zone. Long story short, Corypheus was tricking wardens by using kind of their single-minded fury towards blights, kind of like how Duncan was and kind of how we acted in Origin. He was basically promising them a way to stop blights forever, and so he was then using that to corrupt them and basically lead demon armies. So he was doing that by telling them, hey, you know those archdemons? Well, those archdemons are old gods that have been corrupted. You know how those archdemons get corrupted? Demons. Demons find them in the old roads. They find them in the underground tunnels and whatnot of the worlds. If we get to those old gods first and kill them, then they can't be corrupted because they're dead, and then no blights. And so the Grey Wardens are like, you got a good point there, Mr. Corypheus. Although they didn't know it was Corypheus, it was his henchman or whatever. And so they succumb to this this desire to stop blights forever. That's their sole purpose, you know, or the Grey Wardens. So we ended up trying to stop the guy that's tricking them into doing this, and we had the option to just flat out kill him right away. But I usually err on the side of caution with that because you get more options throughout if you leave them alive. And so I went with the more exploratory options of asking him things and trying to save the Grey Wardens, and he got away. So that's where we are right now. They've escaped to an old fortress called Adamance. Anyway, and now we need to reveal that on the war table to do the next main story part. If you want free rain for your area, no, it needs to stop raining here. I need to mow. How's it going, Destine? Welcome back. If I don't mow soon, the HOA was gonna be like, your grass is above 4.6 inches, and we're gonna burn your house down. Now we're renting for the new gods. They are anyway. Look at all this new stuff that just popped up. Commander Cullen, thanks to the reinforcements you sent, we constructed the bridge safely with minimal losses and fortified it in the event that Darkspawn tried to use it themselves. Darkspawn are coming from ruins that appear to be Tevinter. Per your orders, I am restricting the troops to scouting and guard patrols until the ruins can be investigated. Oh. Right, I'm clicking the wrong one. I was like, what's going on here? A clever idea in theory. We lost soldiers to sandstorms and yawning pits of death, but the local wildlife is safe, and that's what's important, right? Sigil of the Nug. I'm doing all right. Doing all right today. 30,000 blades of grass, where regulation clearly states you can only have 27,843. That sounds pretty much right. Can't you comply with our easy to understand guidelines? Commander, the grand melee went well enough. We did not win a Benorn, but Brian placed high enough to attract the attention of half the lords in Ferelden. Also, she received 9 offers of marriage and 6 job offers. We might need to give her a raise. Oh, we sent a woman knight. Cool. Choo choo.
All aboard the hype train.
Resources, resources, resources. All right. So it looks like we're focused in Orlais. Western approach resources, no. Gather metals. Translate the dragon text. Okay. All that glitters, improving morale. Yes. Translate the dragon text. Ambassador Monteliet, I have been considering your last letter, and as I do owe you a debt of gratitude for handling the Cumberland incident, I think I have found something that may solve your mystery. I have an acquaintance in Minrathous who has a brother in that circled College of Antiquities. A few favors, and he may be able to translate your ancient text, but I should warn you, there are likely to be costly favors. Still, this may be your most promising avenue. Yours sincerely, Baron Maxwell von Sarant. Go on, Finn, welcome in. Yeah, we're absolutely doing this. A favor for a friend of a friend can get the manuscript translated by an expert. Let's do it. Let's see this high dragon. Esteemed Ambassador Monteliet, enclosed you will find the completed translation of your fascinating manuscript, which our scholars estimate to predate the First Blight. The dialect caused quite a stir in historical linguistics. The College of Antiquities could or would be most interested in further cooperation with the Inquisition should you uncover more Tavine documents from the pre-Blight era. Cordially, Anaximander Vetri, Dean of Antiquities, Minrathous Circle. All right, let's go check this out. Is he gonna have us kill this? It feels kind of bad. Like, I feel bad when I kill the dragons. I do. Out of all the things, we can like burn 500 nugs alive in a field and stab pig. What are they? Like the pig ox hybrid things to death or whatever, just for some of their fur. Doesn't even face it. Whatever. Kill one dragon, and it's like, oh, he didn't mean to kill those 600 villagers. He's just hungry. But yeah, that's not very challenging. That's true.
After more than 30
PETA
days,
for dragons.
I have yet to observe the abyssal high dragon in... Oh, yes? Can I assist you?
My people have translated that Tevinter manuscript.
Oh, studies on dragon hunting patterns? Migrations? Ha! Durant's theory that dragons can't see the color blue is refuted. With those dreadful raiders out of the way, we can finally lure out the abyssal high dragon. You should have the honor, my friend. I've made note of the appropriate spots in the wastes for you to place lures. Place this bait, and then wait. It will be a momentous achievement in draconology.
I'm off to plant the bait for the High Dragon.
I cannot wait to hear your observations. You must make note of how she circles the hunting area.
We'll have to speak some other time.
It just says I have to lure them. That doesn't mean necessarily that we're going to kill it. Maybe this is the one we let live, you know? But I'm telling you, if it has a health bar, it's dead. Or at least I'm going to attempt to kill it. Maybe it's a lot harder than the other dragons. This one is a high dragon. The other ones were just there and we just killed them. This one we've had to go through a quest chain just to see it. Well, I mean, we've actually seen it already. It landed on the arch last week. But way out of our reach. Lure them with bargain prices. Limited warranties. Limited warranties. Will you call me when the warranty is up? Will you be very kind and do that? Calling when the warranty's up and offer to extend it for a very low price that you can just take right out of my bank account if I give you my bank account information. So I could use a service like that. Hey, there's something in that crack. Why, I think at some point I'll be able to go in that crack. Perhaps the dragon will bust out of that crack. I don't know. I'm very interested in crack. That crack in particular. Just cracks, yeah.
Now we wait for the dragon.
Oh, it has a health bar. There it is. Oh, we got boss music. Oh, this is Inquisition theme music. This is a big deal.
We're getting a closer look, yeah?
I'm sorry, it's for a quest. You understand. You're sentient. Encouraging drug use. You've never saw that crack and you played this a lot. All right, Alex Straza, let's go. Oh yeah, you ripped that crack open, didn't you? Level 14, we've killed a level 19 dragon. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're pretty awesome though. Let's see. Let's move you. Where's the wings gonna be? Over here. Okay, coming to the wing. You might be about to take some damage there, Solus. Can't do much about it. We're a little over level for that one. We've had harder dragons than that by quite a bit. Feels bad. They got it right. It's a dragon, unlike wyverns. The sky, yeah. He just wants to talk, Skyrim style. All that hinterlands is trade paying off. The Nameless Blade, level 12. What's this ring though? 20% armor penetration. Man, that's some really good penetration. It's one thing I like. It's, you know, armor penetration. Yeah, there we go. It opened a cave. All right, dragon. Let's see what's in your crack. We got some deep mushrooms down in the crack. All right, that's not too unusual. A giant dwarven statue. That's also not that unusual to be down in these cracks. Yeah, mosaics. Yeah, that's what I was, the word I was looking for earlier. So. Mosaics. And lore! Memorial. Warden Constable Valden Dace. Anika Torsig. Bartol Arn. Kerika. Durnan Adukin. Hey, speaking of Street Fighter, there we go. You can't say that word without putting that Street Fighter inflection on it. Durnan Adukin. Thomas Gavorn. Paragons among wardens, brothers and sisters, we honor your sacrifice. Paragons among wardens. Does that mean that they were literally dwarf? These are specifically dwarven wardens? Like, I wonder, or is this like the dwarves are saying they are as good as paragons, even though they're not dwarves? I don't know. Could go either way. Either way, and honoring. Some good wardens. Right. Master Pilot. Well, you missed the going live notification. Okay, we were talking about earlier how it seems like Twitch doesn't let you know anymore, or just decides to let you know or not. Of course, I posted in Discord and whatnot too, but yeah, if you only rely on like Twitch notifications, it seems like you're gonna have a bad time lately. You missed some main story and you missed a dragon. What am I gonna tell this guy? Focused. Penetration. That was a really cool dragon though. I'm kind of bummed that we were over leveled for it. Discord sometimes notifies you on a time label. Yeah, if only this streamer had a schedule that he stuck to, and then you would know when I go live. I couldn't. Yeah, my wife's not feeling well, so I had to take over. I had to be both sides of the family for a little bit.
Absurd, but...
Is this guy gonna be mad? I would be mad if I were him.
Need something?
The High Dragon attacked me when I planted the bait. I'm afraid it's dead.
She attacked? How wonderful! You had a first-hand view of her behavior. Did you take any notes on her aggressive posturing? I suppose you wouldn't have. No matter. I should very much like to interview you. At a later time, of course. I could join your Inquisition. My expertise could be of use, and your scouts could help me find other specimens.
Yeah, why wouldn't I have him join? Yeah, I might play some other things for the next few days. It's probably not going to be anything that you like either way. But I might, before we start the next RimWorld run, I was thinking about it. It's probably not the best thing for the stream. I don't know. I've been, hang on, let me do this and I'll tell you some things I've been thinking about. If you're, for anyone that's here and actually curious about stream stuff, I know it probably is completely uninteresting to some. And if anyone actually just watches the series for this series on YouTube, they're going to be probably like, oh, here we go. Time to fast forward another 30 minutes. Yeah, join us, Frederick.
Certainly. I'm sure the Inquisition could use a draconologist.
I got an achievement.
Excellent. I'm sure my research will be
90 degrees and humid. Mr. Streamer is not supplying with enough content. God. Reminds you though of those YouTube comments that I was getting that was like when I first started putting out full RimWorld runs, and they're like 5 to 7 hours, and I got several new people who were like, this is a really good playthrough, it's too bad this guy's lazy and won't edit it. And I'm like, lazy? Are you out of your friggin' minds? First off, I'm streaming like over 40 hours a week, and I'm doing another job, and I'm doing all this family stuff, and I got this HOA that's making me do crap like mow my lawn. Lazy. Yep, that's me. Super lazy. Let me just edit down 40 plus hours of content in my 15 minutes of open time per day for you. Went to an hour games today, yeah. Let me cut down my quality 5 hours of sleep a night. Let me just cut that down for you. A random YouTube commenter. I might do that, yeah. So I'm thinking about doing that, even though I don't think it's good for the stream. I might do first Sunday of the month is when I do those like 5 or 6 random games in a row. It was a lot of fun. It's nice to kind of discover things that way. So I might still do that. The other thing I'm thinking though, I need to decide. So the stream has kind of gotten, I've talked about it for a while now, has been kind of stagnant for a long time. And I know some things that I can do to improve it. And I got to decide if that's what I want to do. Do I want to, I think I will enjoy it less if I do these things, but it will be more beneficial for the stream in the long run. And so what I've been doing to an extent, and it's not that I just play whatever I want, right? I do choose things. Are you looking for the queue thing? It's through channel points now, yeah. So I do play games based on what I think will maintain or grow viewers on to an extent, but also we have story day and stuff like that. I was talking about earlier in the stream how I need to focus on more YouTube stuff, but I think one of the things I've maybe been doing wrong or less of lately, the last like year, is I've been playing the game rather than playing Twitch and YouTube. Like, I get on and I'm thinking about the game itself and doing the challenge in that game and getting that done, more so than I'm like, all right, let me do this for good content that is discoverable specifically on like YouTube to bring people over. So I've been thinking about needing to do that more, and I'm afraid to do that, even though I think it's going to be the best thing for the stream. I would need to cut the stream an extra day a week. So, and then focus that day on YouTube creation. I could stream making the YouTube content, but I don't know how that would be. I tried that one time for one day, and it was like, we dropped down like 40 viewers or something, but story days, not much more than that either. So I don't know. I've been thinking about it a lot and trying to decide what I want to do. Obviously making like edited content, I don't really like editing the videos. It takes up a lot of time. I like streaming more than that, but it seems like streaming for discoverability is nowhere near as good as working on like the YouTube side of things and that sort of content to bring people over. If that makes sense. So I don't know. I've been thinking about it a lot. I need to make a decision on it and see where we go. But HOAs are top 20 worst things of all time. Oh god. Yeah. I hate HOA. Yeah, like compacting. How many hours was that one RimWorld playthrough? It was like 225 hours or something. 225 hours. And this person wants it in like 30 minutes. It's like, all right. First off, how am I going to go through 225 hours of content in a timely fashion? Yeah. Anyway, there's a lot of people that like long form content too. So I know for every like person like that that's vocal about and being a turd about it, there's a lot of people that like it. So it doesn't bother me or anything. It's just funny when people say stuff like that. Oh yeah, yeah. That's only open when we're doing a new Darkest Dungeon run, Chimp. So I'll open that back up when we do that. A lot of people have adulting and work to do instead of evening until it's done. Well, that depends on location also. So once I've switched to the day, we get a lot more viewership from the time switch actually hasn't been bad on viewership, honestly. we're averaging almost the exact same with Darkest Dungeon and RimWorld on the new time slots. And it's because a lot of people in other countries are able to watch more, like Europe is a big one. So viewership actually has not really changed that much. And that one reason I've moved it now a little bit later is so maybe I can branch into both a little bit more. Like it's not so late that no one in EU can watch, and then it's not so early that like no one in the US can watch. But sweet, start getting one time per week. Do week business building, YouTube stuff. One day off. That's kind of, yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, Pineapple. I'm thinking basically 4 days challenge run. One day is like a community day, be that story day or just hang out and chat day or play multiple games. One day off, and one day that is just business. Like, all right, today I need to get this much content out there that's going to bring new people. I need to, you know, get this YouTube stuff big in Japan. Yeah. See with their time except measure grass length. Yeah, HOA is so ridiculous. I've talked about HOA quite a bit on the stream as well, and it's so stupid. So it's here to like make sure that the property values don't go down and whatnot, which I understand. There's some other uses for it, but there's no way. Certain things are so stupid. I can understand they don't want someone painting their house like completely pink or something, because literally someone might not want to move next door to that. All right, whatever. I really don't care. I wouldn't care if someone's house is pink, but I understand. But when they're like, oh no, there's 8 dandelions in your yard, that's going to mean that someone can't sell their house. If I'm going to go spend like the biggest purchase of my entire life and buy a house somewhere and the neighbor has 8 dandelions, you think I'm going to friggin' care? It's like, oh God, I would spend $200,000 on this house, but I can't function. They got 8 dandelions over there. There's a bee. There's a bee there. I don't know what to do. I'm not buying this house. Screw this neighborhood. I'm out. Like, no one's going to do that. So, but that's how the HOA is. If you have dandelions in your yard, you will get a letter that week. They drive around like every day, and they waste so much money that we pay them doing this. They send full-size colored pictures of the problem in your mailbox. It's so stupid. I don't know if it's like that for every one of them, but we'll have something like literally I'll get something in the mailbox and it's a full-size picture. Like we're talking 8x10. I'm sure they use like some kind of printer thing. They don't go somewhere, but anyway, either way, full 8x10 picture of the yard with like some dandelions in it. And it's like, your yard was observed to have weeds on this date. If you do not remove these weeds by this date, we will send someone to remove them for you and charge you the appropriate amount plus X%. And it's like, are you freaking serious? Try that for like 3 to 6 months. Yeah, that's really what I'm thinking. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, HOA is so stupid. So stupid. It's gone beyond what its purpose was for. Like, I understand because of the HOA, the neighborhood has like snow removal, which is awesome. I don't have to friggin' worry about it. It has like parks and things that are maintained and whatnot. Don't have to worry about it. You know, stuff like that. We have like, there's not that we really need it, but there's like a policeman that's that is scheduled to go through the neighborhood at different times throughout the day or whatever. Great. All the stuff HOA kind of schedules, keeps track of, whatever. But the like, if you have a dandelion, I'm going to take a picture of it, and if you don't remove it, we're going to charge you money, is like, you're out of your friggin' minds. Oh, you're looking for how much time you've watched? There's different commands for it, but the shortest command is just exclamation hours, I believe. That HOA sounds intrusive. Oh, it absolutely is. So stupid. It's really unbelievable. Our work continues in the approach. It's a difficult post, but our soldiers are determined to represent the Inquisition as best they can. Morale flags at times, but we manage. The terrain and the approach is unkind. Our soldiers would be more comfortable if fitted with proper shoes. Also at 30 already. Thank you, Chin. Finn, 800. You're getting close to 1,000. Rake, 6,200. Only 6,200. Come on, Rakes. Simple covers can go a long way, and rations don't lift a soldier's spirits. We can see that they have a good meal at the end of the day. What would Josephine give them? A distraction? Sending books. They could set up a small library. You know what? I'm gonna go with Cullen here. He knows what soldiers out in the crappy areas of the world are gonna like. A good meal sounds better to me, even though shoes are nice.
To work?
Come talks every community banning conformity, adding as gatekeepers for closed. Yeah, it's really crazy. Bottom of the barrel hours rakes in. Spectre, almost 1200. Thank you, Spectre. It's like I said, I understand the base like concept of HOA, and that I'm fine with, and it actually helps. Like I said about the snow thing, like awesome, all that. It makes sense, and having some rules in place so that your neighbor doesn't literally make it so you lose out on half of your life savings, fantastic. But some dandelions not going to do that, you know? That's the one example, but there are others. When we moved into the house, right after we moved in, we got a letter immediately from the HOA telling us that we couldn't have our door painted red. And the door was red when we moved in, and we got it. And they said, I'm sorry, but red is not one of the colors that you can have in this neighborhood for a door. You're going to have to repaint that. And we were talking, we actually got it, and the neighbor that we moved into was outside at the time, and they saw, and they were like greeting us to the neighborhood and whatnot, and they were like, oh yeah, don't worry about that. The last person that lived in your house fought about that door for like 4 years. That's so stupid. It's like they have nothing better to do. This is their lives, the people that run this. This is the hill that they'll die on about a red door. And they're like, they can't do anything about your door. They can't do anything. Don't worry about it. They've already lost this battle against the last person that was there. Just ignore that one. You're going to be okay. It's like, all right, I guess I won't worry about it. And we still have a red door. You'd be arrested by the time you're done with HOA? God. Required the third panel on your garage door to be fully windowed? What? Why? Why? Yeah, noob. I don't get it. What the crap? Anyway. Yeah, HOAs. We've already read this one. Let's see. We should send an agent to evacuate the college. It could be Skyhold along with their artifacts. Send a force to occupy the college. You can protect the innocents and recover anything useful. Use diplomacy with Duke Sandril. Must be convinced to intercede. We did read this one, right? Let me double check. The situation is unfolding in the Navaran city of Cumberland. Location of the College of Magi, which until the outbreak of the Major Rebellion was the philosophical heart of the circles of Magi, now mostly abandoned, has become the home to a number of mage refugees. This has drawn the ire of local citizens, and mobs are threatening to assault the college and burn it to the ground, with Duke Sandril Anaxis doing nothing to stop them. Inquisition agents suspect the Venatori agents are behind the mobs, looking to recover the artifacts from the college once its magical defenses are breached. I don't want to do the Liliana one, so we're going to wait. I think I want to send Cullen to this. Or maybe Josephine, but definitely don't want to go with Liliana, so we're going to skip that. Nothing legally binding. Yeah. Best you could figure is so that the HOA can peer into your garage. If anyone has any other ideas, yeah, I don't know what. Again, that's not something that people are going to look for, that they care about the property value when they're buying a house or selling. They're not going to be like, man, I would dump my life savings in this place and live there for 30 years, but the garage doesn't have a window. So let's go try the next neighborhood. Maybe their garages have windows. And I think we mainly just have, oh, what's this one? Inquisitor, in light of the information you gave us regarding the truth of the events at Red Crossing, we'd like to offer a sign of mourning. Oh yeah, the Red Crossing stuff we found out a couple weeks ago. Since both sides played a part in this tragedy, honoring the village with one of our hala seems appropriate. It could be kept there. It might remind both sides the fragile beauty of things that journey to places where they are strangers. I understand that the villagers of Red Crossing do not trust the Dalish, given our history. If you convince them to accept this tribute in good faith, we greatly appreciate it. I've really liked the Red Crossing, as brutal as it was, the story. I've liked that one. Feel it when your garage doesn't have a window in the third panel. If it's this important, we can march the blasted hala with some troops to guard it. With the right rumors, the villagers in Red Crossing will think they are being granted custody of a captured trophy to honor their victory over the Dalish. No, I don't want that either. I can twist the noble who controls Red Crossing into accepting this. It will end 2 marriages and lead to at least 1 duel. So I want to send Cullen, so we're going to wait on that too. All right. I'm told the Council of Heralds has reviewed the evidence and now recognized Evariste Lemarque, known to us till now as Fairbanks, okay, as the sole heir of Lord Gairu Lemarque. I have no idea. All holdings in Châtel retained by the Lemarque noble house have now reverted to the ownership of Lord Evariste Lemarque. I smell an opportunity. Lord Lemarque, I would like to see how he fares at court. The game is merciless. Even its best players often falter. A forest-dwelling loner, he'll be butchered, but given an easy target. Predators often become arrogant and expose their weakness. We'll be watching. As I understand it, Fairbanks never wanted to acknowledge who he was. It was you who allowed word of his heritage to be revealed to the Council of the Heralds. Yeah, it's true. I say we leave him alone, let him retain his privacy, what little is left. A rebel helping the helpless, fighting the enemies of the Empire, and all the while hiding the secret of his noble blood. It makes for a romantic story, and our legions love their romance. Sell Lord Everest right, and we'll have all the wealthy ladies of Southern Orlais eating out of his hand, and ours. Man, I'm not sure. I kind of want to go. So this is what you were talking about earlier. So wait a second. I know Ko played through this too. Was he doing that kind of stuff even back when this came out, I wonder? Like, would he choose Liliana here and then make a separate save file and then, like, also choose Josephine just to see the outcome of these little things? That seems pretty intense. I'm not going to be doing any of that crap. All right, Liliana, I'm going to send you.
Inquisitor.
That's facts for time of the day. I like this crew. Jenkins and Nihilus seem cool. Oh, Lord. He may. They needed one final last requirement to complete a list of 30 requirements. They got stuck at 29 and made that window panel one up. Oh, my Lord. Look at this. Adamant Fortress has withstood countless darkspawn attacks without falling. The Grey Wardens defending its walls are legendary warriors. To prevent Warden Commander Clarel from raising an army of demons, Inquisition forces will need siege engines powerful enough to breach Adamant's defenses. All right, we're going to do this main story quest. I'm going to use the restroom really quick, and then we'll get started. So let me split the recording.